Do you feel like a failure? Are you 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, whatever age you may be, and you feel like you have wasted your years? You feel like you're not where you want to be, and you feel like giving up on yourself? Well, this message is for you. Today I'm going to be telling you about how to get your life back on track after you have failed. Inspira Central. Inspira Central. Inspira Central. Inspira Central. Hello fellow Inspirers, welcome to Inspira Central. My name is Monica and I'm the Chief Inspirer herself. Thank you so much for joining me. My topic for today is how to get your life back on track after failing. Do you feel like a failure? Are you 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, whatever age you may be, and you feel like you have wasted your years? You feel like you're not where you want to be, and you feel like giving up on yourself? Well, this message is for you. Today I'm going to be telling you about how to get your life back on track after you have failed. The first thing I will say to you is this: it is okay to fail. I'm sure many people don't say that to you. I'm sure you just believe that you're not a success and so you should give up on yourself. Well, I'm here to say something different to you. It is okay to fail. It is a noble thing to fail, because failing at something means that you made an effort. It means that you tried. It only shows that you have not yet got what it takes to get to the success part, but you have made an effort. And for that, I say a round of applause to you. A round of applause to you. Well done. Now, it's okay to fail, but it's not okay to sit down there and bemoan your fate. It is not okay to stay there and cry and give up on yourself. So I need you to get up. But first of all, say to yourself, it is okay to fail. Failing at something does not make you a failure. Failing at something does not mean you should give up on your whole life or whatever that thing is. If you still desire that thing you have failed at, all you need to do is get back on track. And so, accept where you are and tell yourself, I am not going to stay down here. This is not where it's going to end for me. I am going to get up and I'm going to do something and I'm going to succeed. And do not stop until you succeed, because you can make a success out of your failure. Do you know how many failures it takes for people to succeed? Everybody who has succeeded at something had initially failed at it. Nobody succeeds the first time. At least I don't know anybody who has. So keep trying, get up, get back on your feet and try again. The second tip I will give you is to assess where you are. Take a critical look at where you are. What did you do in the past that led to this failure? What did you do wrong? What steps did you take? Analyzing what you did wrong and what steps you took in the past that led to where you are today will show you what you should avoid in the future if you want to ensure that you do not repeat your mistakes. So, what did you do in the past? Did you make a wrong investment? Did you go in uninformed? Did you start a new business without knowing anything about that business or business at all as a whole? Whatever it is that you did wrong, I need you to critically look at it. But one thing I always advise is be honest with yourself. Tell yourself the truth. Don't quote it, don't sugarcoat it, don't coddle yourself and try to protect yourself. This is not you versus you. This is you versus the problem. This is you looking retrospectively and saying, what did I do wrong? Why did I fail? What led to this failure? So that you do not repeat the mistakes. Keep your ego aside. This is not a time for pride. This is not a time for your ego. This is a time for you to be brutally honest with yourself and tell yourself the truth. Say to yourself, what did I do wrong? Admit your mistakes. Admit that you took the wrong steps. Point out those steps. Write them out clearly and say, okay, these are the steps I took. Now, these are the steps I have to avoid going forward. So, having done that, you're going to prevent a repeat of that mistake you had already made. So, for tip number 3, I would advise you to look around you and see what you have. See what you can build on. Do you have a car that you can use as a taxi? Can you start rebuilding with your car, which is the only thing you may have, and so you can use it as a commercial taxi? Do you have landed property that you could rent out? Do you have an apartment that you can lease out to someone and from there generate income? Look around you. Do you have skills? Do you have skills that you can use? Can you get a job? Do you have a degree? Do you have a certificate that you can use to search around for jobs? Maybe what you have is a degree, you have a certificate. That's good. That's a good starting point. Even if you don't have landed property or you don't have a car, a degree is a good footing for you to start to rebuild your life. Get a job. Apply for jobs. And do not be too shy or too proud to say that you cannot go for entry-level jobs. You can go for entry-level jobs at any age. Yes, at any age. Except if it's something that specifically requires an age limit. Maybe because it is something that is too tasking or involves a lot of traveling or involves a lot of heavy lifting and something that is more suitable for younger people to do. But whatever be the case, if there are no such limitations, do not be shy to apply for entry-level jobs. What you need at this point is any good job. Any job where you can earn a living, through which you can make some money to rebuild your life. So, use whatever it is that you have, whether it's a car, whether it's landed property, whether it is a skill set, whether it is a degree, whatever it is, use it to build upwards. Use it to rebuild your life. Do not be too shy. Do not tell yourself I'm advanced in age. One thing you must do if you're rebuilding your life at this stage, at whatever age you may be, is to keep your ego aside. Push that ego, push that pride, keep it aside. This is not a time to say, do you know who I am? Do you know how old I am? Do you know what I've achieved? It's okay. You've achieved all that, but that is in the past. This is not a time for you to raise your shoulders. This is not a time for you to look down on people. This is not a time for you to want to prove yourself to people, to say, I've been there, I've done that. Be humble. This is the time to be most humble. This is the time for you to focus on what you want to build. It's not a time for you to compare yourself with people. It's not a time for you to compare yourself with your classmates, your friends, your peers, and see how far they have gone and start to measure your own life by that. This is not the time for that. And this is not a time for you to get to a new job and start to tell the younger people around that you used to be a manager. This is not the time. This is a time when you are rebuilding your life. You need to focus on that. You need to keep the ego and the pride aside. Forget about titles. You are here to earn a living. You are here to sustain yourself, and you are here to rebuild your life. So, focus, concentrate, keep your eyes on the prize. Keep your eyes on the goal and stay focused. Now, as you start to earn, I would recommend that you become very frugal. If you used to be a spendthrift and you used to buy whatever it is that caught your fancy, you have to stop that. Things have changed. You have to adjust. You have to manage your money and spend your money wisely. This is not the time to buy things that you do not need. It's not your every desire that you have to spend money on at this time. The time will come. You have to wait out the storm. Remember that you're rebuilding from the ground up. This is not a time for you to spend your money anyhow you like. This is not the time for you to spend your money unwisely. This is a time for you to save. This is a time for you to spend the bare minimum. Yes, the bare minimum. I know you may be used to spending on frivolities, spending on ostentatious goods, but this is a time for you to be very wise. If you want to buy something, if you think of buying something, ask yourself, do I really need this? Can I do without this? Does my life depend on this? Does my day-to-day living need this? Or is it something that I can do without? Is it something that I can do without? Ask yourself these questions. For everything that you want to spend on, ask yourself if it is a priority. Ask yourself if it is necessary. Ask yourself if it is a must-have. Ask yourself if you really, really, truly need it. If it's something you cannot do without. Ask yourself these questions. Measure every spending by these criteria I have just given you. This set of questions, use them as criteria to ensure that you do not spend frivolously. Use them to ensure that you do not spend frivolously. Spend wisely. Save every dime that you can. Save every dime that you do not need to spend. In rebuilding your life, you're not just rebuilding your finances, you're also rebuilding your network, your circle of friends, because you are as wealthy as your network. Your network is your net worth. Have you heard that saying? Yes, indeed, your network is your net worth. What you earn is somehow determined and influenced by the people that you know, by the circle that you're in, by the kind of friends you have around you. If you have friends who are doing well, you're likely to do well because they will refer you to other people who are doing well. They will refer you for businesses. They will refer you for contracts. Not just that, they will teach you what they are doing that increases their finances, and you too can key in and become just as influential and as wealthy as your friends. So build your network, because your network will also influence how much you earn. Similarly, you need to read more books. You need to have more stuff up in your head, because you cannot just be walking with an empty head where you know nothing. Remember that great people look for people who are on the same wavelength as them. You cannot go and meet people who are wealthy, people who are influential, people who are knowledgeable, and you get there and you don't know what to say. You get there and you're stammering. You get there and you cannot hold your own. You get there and you cannot represent. You need to represent. You need to read so that you can represent yourself in public, so that you do not embarrass yourself when you're in public. So you need to read. You need to acquire knowledge. You need to learn new things. You need to try out new things. Not just so that they can be conversation material, but also because they have this way of making you think more broadly. They have a way of expanding your horizon, expanding your mindset, and making you see the world as a bigger, better place. The more you read, the more you travel, the more you spend time with people who are experienced, people who are influential, people who have been to different parts of the world, the more you broaden your sphere of influence. And you need a broader sphere of influence, because if you want to become better, you need to improve everything around you, as well as improve your mindset and your mentality. So broaden your horizon, choose better friends, make great circle of friends, improve your network, read more books, expand your horizon, and travel more. Learn new things so that you can become a better, more improved version of yourself. This tip I want to give you is one you should take very seriously, because this is where some people fall off and get back into things that they have done wrongly in the past, and then they end up back at failure zone because they did not do this thing. Now, this thing I'm going to talk about is changing your habits. Habits. There are some people who are on the path to greatness. They have done the other steps that I mentioned previously, but there are certain bad habits that they maintain. Some of them like to drink, and they drink to stupor, and they drink every day, thereby jeopardizing their health. And some of them self-sabotage because they are so drunk that they wake up with hangovers, and then they have to go to work the next day, and probably they have a presentation, and when they get there, they cannot function. They don't know what they are saying. And then the company loses the clients. They lose the contracts because the person who is supposed to present on behalf of the company has a hangover and cannot present, or gets there and presents nonsense. These are ways in which you self-sabotage yourself. You drink, you smoke, you hang around friends who are no good for you and your growth. Remember that you're trying to change something. You're trying to change your life. You don't want to remain the same. You have fallen in the past and now you want to get up. And yet you think that doing the same old things will not produce the same old results. If you want to get something new, you have to do something new and become someone new. You cannot keep the same old friends who keep telling you, come on, let's go and drink. Come on, let's go and drink. Come on, let's hang out. Let's smoke. Let's take a puff. Those things that are not good for your health. Those things that are not good for your stability. Those things that are not good for your life and that are not good for your growth. You have those friends. You cannot hang around them anymore. But some people, in spite of the personal efforts they are making, think that they should keep maintaining those old friends and still keep having those same bad habits that brought them to where they are now, where they are struggling out of, where they want to make a change from. If you know that you want to fix your life, you have to fix every area of your life. You cannot leave some parts unfixed and fix only a few other parts. You have to do a sum total, a complete 360 degrees fixing. Fix the friends. Fix the mindset. If you have this mindset of nothing works out for me, you say that to yourself. You have to stop saying it. You have to have this faith and confidence. You have to believe that good things are going to happen for you. You have to believe it. You have to trust. And you have to carry on like you're expecting something good to happen for you and to you. Think back on how long you have had that mindset of nothing works out. And see how that has been a self-fulfilling prophecy. See how that has not helped you in the past. How indeed nothing had been working out for you. And now, drop the mindset. Tell yourself, I am done with that mindset. Let it stay over there. I want to believe. I want to be positive. I want to have this positive energy. I want to be expectant. I want to have hope. I want to have trust that something good is going to happen for me. Give it a try and see what happens. You will see how things will start to change for you. Also, those friends who are no good for you, you don't have to have a quarrel with them. Just quietly and silently cut them off. Without a quarrel, cut them off. It's simple. Don't take their calls. Don't call them. Yeah. If you know they are toxic for you, block their calls, block their lines, block them on social media, unfriend them. Unfriend them. Why are you carrying that luggage? Why are you carrying that baggage of friends who are doing nothing for your good, who are doing nothing for your growth? Whose presence brings you back to what you no longer want to be? Who make you become that version of yourself that you wish you never were? Because that brought you down to where you are today, ground zero. Cut off those friends. You don't have to do it with bitterness. You don't have to do it with acrimony. There doesn't have to be a quarrel. Like I said, it's simple. Cut them off quietly. Block them. Block off all access to you. Block off the access that they have to you. It's that simple. They will try. They will come to the house. They will say, what's happening? I call you. I can't get through. So I came. And then you say, it's nothing. I'm just rebranding. I'm just doing something with my life. Or you say, it's nothing. I just need some space to myself. I just need some space. And they will say, you need space? You mean I'm bothering you? You mean I'm not your friend? You mean you can't lean on me? You say, it's not that. It's a journey I have to go on by myself for myself. Some of them will say okay, some of them will be hot and keep away. It's okay. You already trying to keep away. So if they decide to do it for you, that makes it easier. Don't you think so? It makes it much easier. Some of them will keep coming back, coming to try to see if you will change your mind. Stand firm. Don't change your mind. Remember there is a reason why you did that in the first place. Remember that you're trying to grow. Remember that as you grow, you are going to outgrow those friends. Yes. If your friends remain the same, with that same nothing works out mentality, you're going to outgrow them. And even when you outgrow them, you need to know that there is no how they will stay with you. You cannot remain friends with them because you're not on the same wavelength. That's when they are going to dislike you. That's when they are going to mock you and say, who do you think you are? Okay, now you've changed. You don't drink, you don't smoke. You don't party anymore. You don't take booze until midnight anymore. So who do you think you are? You're feeling like a superstar. You think you're all that. That's when they will say all those hurtful things. And if you're not careful, you may succumb to peer pressure. If you're not careful, you may decide that they're my friends. What's the harm in it? What's the harm in it? Until you see the harm in it. If you go back to them, go back to that lifestyle, you will go back to where you're trying to claw yourself out of now. You're trying to dig out. Remember, you're in a hole and you're trying to dig out. If you say you bow to that peer pressure, you can't stand offending your friends. I didn't say hurt them. I didn't say offend them. I said put yourself first. That's what I'm saying. Put yourself first. Remember that it is only you who will suffer the consequences of the decisions that you make, not your friends. Not your friends. Because some of them could change their ways. And what if you go on like this and before you know it, that is how you end up? Save yourself. Save yourself from that hole. Claw your way out of that hole and do something with your life. That's what you're trying to do. You have seen that all that time you have been wasting has yielded nothing. And so you're trying to get out of that lifestyle. You're trying to become someone different. That's where you are. It's not about them. It is about you. It is about your life. It is about your growth. It is about your betterment. It is about your improvements and your self-development. Don't give them the chance. Don't let them make it about them. It's not about them. It's about you. It's about you and your life. And you must put yourself first. No matter what happens, don't let them blackmail you, because some of them will go down the emotional blackmail route. But don't let them do that. Don't let them do that. Even if they do it, don't succumb. Stand firm, stand your ground. Make up your mind and do not change your mind. Stay firm. It is about you and your life. So stand firm. Believe in yourself and be devoted to the cause, because it's a cause of self-improvement. It is a cause of growth. It is a cause of bettering your life. Your life, not theirs. Yours. You. So choose yourself. Choose yourself today. Choose yourself always. And no matter what you do, choose yourself. Because those friends will go away. They will go away. When they are tired of trying to blackmail you, they will go away. So stand firm. Stand firm while they are coming with the blackmail, while they are coming with the pity party, while they are coming with the taunts. All the taunts. They will come with the taunts. They will come with the insults. They will try to humiliate you. They will try to bring you down to their level. But you must stand firm. Hold your head up high and say to yourself, this thing I want to do, I'm doing it for my future. I will not let my future self down. That's what you must promise yourself. You are doing this for your future. Make sure you do not let your future self down. Alright, this is my final tip for you, and that is maintain the lifestyle. Yes, I've given you tips of how to claw your way out of a hole, and now it is time to maintain. Stay at ease. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep remaining consistent. That's where you are now. When you have done all these things that I have listed, when you are now earning a living, when you're now saving, when you've cut off those friends, when you're now standing strong in who you are, and you have cut off the bad habits and you're building new habits, new habits that are good for you. It is time for you to maintain. Stay consistent. This is not time for you to waver. It's not time. It's not time to waver. It is time to stay firm. Stay consistent. That is what you should do now. So stay consistent. Keep building, keep saving, keep improving, keep building a better network and circle of friends for yourself. Keep traveling, keep reading, keep exploring, keep learning something new, keep developing yourself, keep expanding your mindset, keep expanding your vision, keep improving yourself every way, all around, every part of your life. Keep improving yourself and keep saving. Don't stop saving. Do not stop saving. Every time you earn, put some money away. And remember, like I said, this is not the time for you to start spending frivolously. No. Even if you have been at that job for 5 years, still keep saving. Spend only what you must spend. Anything that is not necessary, anything that you can do without, carry the money and put it in the savings. Don't spend anyhow. This is not the time to be frivolous. Remember that it takes just one instance for you to start going back to your bad habits, and you wouldn't want that. So keep improving, keep maintaining, keep compounding on those efforts, and you will see how your life will change. Keep improving. Do not stop. And when you have improved, when you are steady, when you have maintained, then you can expand. You can start to tell yourself, how do I diversify? I've done this, I'm good at it, I've been doing it for years, I'm saving up and consistent. How do I build something here? How do I do something new? With what I've saved from here, how do I build something new here? That's what you tell yourself. So when you have done this consistently for years and you have built up your finances, you have built up your network, you have built up good habits, that is a time to diversify your wealth. That is a time to diversify your finances. That is a time to now branch out. Still do this thing here, or maintain it, or don't let it go, but branch out and do something new here. This is because we all need multiple streams of income. We all need different portfolios. You can't just be in one place, because you never can tell if something is going to happen in that industry. You never can tell. So do something here, build here, and then diversify. Diversify, find your footing in this place as well, so that you have this and you have this, and then you're not just branching out, you are getting stronger, wealthier, bigger, and more influential. Is that not the dream? Is that not the dream? See? Okay, all right then. I hope you have been inspired by this message. I hope this will help you know that it's not over until it's over, and you can rebuild at any time. No matter how old you are, no matter where you have failed and how you have failed, you can rebuild. Yes. Follow these steps. They are practical steps. They are steps anybody can do at whatever age, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, as long as you have life. Even your 90s, if you want to do something, you can. As long as you still have breath in your lungs, you can do something new. You can start off again. Even if you have failed in the past, there is always something new to be done. Alright, I hope this has inspired you to get up and do something, and not just that, to know that failing does not make you a failure. Failing does not make you a failure. Yes, that you failed at something does not mean that you are a failure. There's still something you can do. There's still something you can contribute to the world. There's greatness in you, and it can still manifest. It is not over until it is over. As long as you still have breath in your lungs, you've got some work to do. So do not give up, do not throw in the towel, and do not think that your life is over. You've still got stuff to do. Alright then, I hope you have been inspired. Please drop your comments below and tell me what you think about this video. Tell me how this video has inspired you to get up and get back to doing great stuff with your life. Also, do not forget to subscribe to my channel. That is your way of supporting me. Please subscribe to this channel. Also, click the notification button so you will be informed as soon as I update. Please do not forget to like and share my videos. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to be an inspiration. I'll see you next time. Bye for now. Please subscribe, click the notification button, like this channel, share our videos, and follow us on social media. Thank you very much.
Inspira Central. Inspira Central.